Oxford, Mississippi. You work the entire season to put yourself in position to thrive, to excel in games like this. A late season top 10 showdown, playoff implications aplenty. It's the Georgia Bulldogs and the Ole Miss Rebels. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Guys, this is always a fun game when Georgia takes on Ole Miss. Last year's game was absolutely wild during the regular season. Not a single punt in the first half. And keep in mind, Georgia might have a little revenge on their mind after Ole Miss knocked them out of the college football playoff last season. Even though Lane Kiffin's gone, there is still a lot of back and forth with this Georgia-Ole Miss rivalry. Cannot wait to get this thing kicked off. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. So Ole Miss offense will have the football first. And now we get a look at Trinidad Chambliss. As we get late in the season, his performance has made him a contender, if not one of the favorites, for the Heisman Trophy. From the gun, it's Lacey. Got the first down. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
We know this guy is in contention right now for the Heisman Trophy, and this late in the year, if you're going to bring that home, you've got to put up big stat games, right? Had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again today. He is turning it on late this season.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They've got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Looking for a man, it's Chambliss. Fires to the tight end. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. And the Rebels go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Off play action on 1st down. Got rid of it just in time. Intercepted. That was not on the opening script of plays. The turnover as the defense makes a play early.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. First play of this drive. Catch in the middle, it's Humphreys. Right down the gut of the field. He's at the to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
caught in the backfield. It's Lacey. Breaks into the open. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Well, you're trailing into games. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
He has 60 yards rushing for this game and on his way to 1,400 for the year. Dropping back, it's Chambliss. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open. Long way to go on second down. From the gun, looking for a man. Finds his man. It's Alexander. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Ball at the 31. Third and short coming. Defense trying to rise up. Making the adjustment on the play. In the gun and looking to throw on third down. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
You know, we joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them coming.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell block for a second, and then...
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Oh, he's got some space. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, Nick. Going the other way, and he's got room. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17.
I love the play call there, and I love the run for a variety of reasons. Obviously, you're trying to settle your quarterback down after throwing 2 picks in the last 2 drives, but also you're able to generate a really nice game for this offense and make second and short so much easier, so much more manageable. It just allows your quarterback, to take a breath and exhale.
Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Dropping back, it's Chambliss. Snags it into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go downfield. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he's going to bring it out. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. Things got off to a good start with a touchdown on the opening drive, and then quickly went to pot with a pick on the second one, and now they'll see if they can find the middle with this third possession. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. To the 43-yard line, and a first down for this offense. And the Dogs, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. Straight ahead, it's Frazier. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
I think there's a couple of schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now soften them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
Fires to the big fella. Makes the grab, and down immediately. He picks up a few.
So it's 3rd and long, and this quarterback right now has got to be expecting pressure. So you want to know where your hot routes are. You got to know where your best one-on-one matchup is. But understand this, we're still in the first half. If the defense gets you, tip of the cap, you can take a sack. Punting the football at this stage of the game is okay.
That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Georgia sends out the punt team. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. So the Rebels come out to get this drive started. They evened things up the last time they had it, and the defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. He's changing the play. Got some green grass. There he goes. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. They opened up this drive getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first down again. Looking for a man. It's Chambliss. Back's got it on the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down. The completion short of the sticks, it's 2nd down. Looking for the edge, it's Lacey. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a first down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
And it was amazing to watch Kejuan Lacey take off last year. Like, he was at Missouri the year before, and you were kind of like, he's not that great of a player. All of a sudden, goes to Ole Miss, and you see the speeds, the long stride, the playmaking ability. This was an offense at Ole Miss that was built around him a year ago, and he's back, and I expect him to be fed and fed well.
The Rebels moving quickly to the line. The run inside. It's Lacey. Got the first down. Touchdown, Rebels! Rolling into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up.
And that's a big problem for this defense. When you get that guy in space, it's hard to catch him. You got to bottle him up near the line of scrimmage. Palmer, too much daylight too early in that run.
Yeah, you're right, David. And I think that's what makes this guy unique. With his skill sets, you just know it's a matter of time. You just keep giving him the football. Good things are going to happen. Long touchdowns are going to happen. You saw it right there.
Holly Rowe has an update.
Here on the Georgia sideline, I can see a lot of conversations happening between the offensive line and the running back. They just haven't been able to get the ground game going. They're talking about he has got to be more patient, and they have got to give more of a push up front. The crowd is making it hard, though. I can tell you it is hard to hear as they try to struggle and communicate. We'll see if they're able to come together against this very hostile crowd. Back to you.
All right, Holly. After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. On the move. Trying to escape and get it himself. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly. Maybe picked up one on the play. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Back to pass, it's Stockton. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the... Georgia lining up to punt it away. Oh, man, that is an absolute rocket launcher of a punt. And that punt will make its way into the end zone, and they'll put it in play from their own 20. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Wide receiver going in motion. On the snap, it's Lacy. He's past the marker. Still on his feet at the 45. All kinds of room to the right. Inside the touchdown Rebels. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Offense set on first down. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Georgia sends out the punt team. Catch is made at the 15. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. With an update on that, let's check in with Holland.
Checking in from the Ole Miss sideline. Their running back is making a little bit of history, and his teammates are very aware. That last touchdown, rushing touchdown, put him at the top of school history for this season. Guys are fired up, making sure he gets the game ball right there. He's trying to get his helmet back on and get ready to run back out there and make even more history here today. But guys are very aware that he's doing something special out on the field. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. It'll be a draw. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
In the draw play, you know, it's about looking over here, look for pass, and then slipping it in real quick. Defense, too quick getting in the backfield, caging that ball, making it stay in the middle of the field, getting a big TFL.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. The D thinking bring some heat on third and long from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Time to take a shot. And it's picked off for the third time today. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. Stopped just across midfield at the 49, but not before he forces the turnover and sets up this offense. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put... Makes the grab in their space. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. And the Bulldogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Handoff for Frazier. He's there to make the stop.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Look out! And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. Georgia lining up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Really want to try to pick up at least half of the yardage needed on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Frazier. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Chambliss. Between the hashes, it's Alexander. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. The Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for space, it's Lacey. Tackled after a short gain, it'll be 2nd and 9.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, if this offense is going to win this game, and down the road, if they're going to reach the college football playoff and hope to win a national championship, they have got to keep this quarterback clean. Couldn't do it on that last play.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Out of the backfield, he's open. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. And the Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And this offense has really showed me something today, man. They've already put
another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Stopped at the 44. The defense coming up with a big interception.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. The throw on 2nd down, and they need a lot. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And that's what I like most about this defense. When you try to take shots and make big plays, they get to the quarterback. They get him on the ground. Their 3rd sack of the day. And this is a unit that ranks in the top 10 in sacks in the country.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Georgia sends out the punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. On the return. He's brought down, not a lot of room to take that one back. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly.
Here on the Rebels sideline, there is so much energy down here on the sideline. This running back has been on fire. They expected a big performance from him today, and he has delivered, just going over 100 yards already in this game. I expect them to continue to feed him the ball. I'll keep you posted from down here on the sidelines. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Sees an alley. Turning it on. The 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Ole Miss. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. And with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
Bunch formation for these receivers. the field, it's Stockton. Left side, it's Wiley. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
That might be the play that turns the momentum in this game, right? They're getting blown out right now on the scoreboard. It's late in the half. They've got to come away with a touchdown, but that might be the guy you need to keep going back to in the passing game to get yourself back in this game.
Could not make his way to the corner. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun. That's caught. It's Wiley.
That's a nice catch, and it's a good job staying in balance. If the quarterback would just give him a little bit more room, maybe have a little bit more space to make a play. Instead, no gain.
Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. There he goes down the right side. Touchdown, Rebels. How about this defense taking one back to the house? The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Let's check in quickly with Holly Rowe.
Here on the Bulldogs sideline, there is a lot of conversation happening about better communication. This crowd is making it so difficult, already creating several turnovers early in this game. The defense is feeding off it, the crowd is feeding off it, and they've got their backs against the wall in a hostile environment. They've got to clean it up here to keep alive in this game. Guys?
Thanks, Holly. That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. That one's not even close.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Georgia lining up to punt it away. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. It's inside. It's Lacey. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. Finds a soft spot in the middle. He's down short of the line to gain. It'll bring up a 4th down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
And the Rebels are in the hurry-up. Looking to pass. It's Chambliss. Right down the middle. He's got it. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line. Now we got a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Touchdown, Rebels! Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So that drive covered just 44 yards. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. We'll see how aggressive they are trying to put up points before the break. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Fresh set of downs going up top. Got it behind the line. It's Frazier. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. The DBs will back off a bit. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
One of the biggest days of the college football season, and we've got you covered here from the EA Sports Studios in Orlando. We start with a look at Ohio State taking on the number 22 team, the Oregon Ducks. And it's the Buckeyes, hoping that clock hits zeros while they're still in front. A victory today would move them to 7-2 and catapult this team forward as they make their stretch run. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now back to your game inside Vaught Hemingway Stadium. All week we heard about the 2 quarterbacks in this game. Turns out the secondaries have really neutralized those dudes. Ball hawks who've been physical and really put their stamp on that first half. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Vaught Hemingway.
We're just about ready to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. We check in with Holly Rowe.
Checking in with the Ole Miss head coach at the half. He is very pleased with his defense right now. As you know, this quarterback that they're facing has got so much hype and so much attention, but they have been able to contain him in the first half. They get the ball here to start the second. We'll see if this defense can keep up that same momentum and shut down that quarterback here in the third. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Frazier. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes. Only a pickup of a couple.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Sets his feet. It's Stockton. Here comes the heat. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time, actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple times early in this one with some picks in this game, and so that time, instead of trying to force the play and make something happen out of nothing, he just throws it away. The defense wins that down. You live to play another day.
Another incompletion on third down. Georgia sends out the punt team. The kick is high and away and headed toward the sideline. Working the sidelines, Holly Rowe. What do you have, Holly?
Checking in from the Ole Miss sideline. There is so much enthusiasm on the sideline right now. This running back has been brilliant today. Over 200 yards rushing, and he continues to run strong. The coaches told us he gets stronger as the game goes on. We'll see how much longer they keep him out there. With a big lead, he has been brilliant so far today. Guys, back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. The fake and wants to throw. Fires on the move. Out wide left, it's Gill. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Using his legs, it's Lacey. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. Whew, that linebacker sacked that quarterback, and he was on him quicker than a hiccup.
Yeah, and you see quarterbacks back there pointing and telling the offensive line who to block, and, well, it didn't work, okay? He was not prepared for that. He comes scot-free, and the quarterback pays the consequences for that one.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Got his man in the middle. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
And that's a big throw. That's a big-time throw on 3rd and really long, making a play, not putting the ball in harm's way. But I love what the defense did, man. They understood where the sticks were, and they weren't letting their playmaker get behind there. They were going to come up, make a sure tackle, and force the 4th down. And now you can make the decision on what you want it to be, but I like the execution by the defense.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Got his man. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll move the wide receiver. Play action on first down. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
Yeah, and those corner routes are tough to throw for an offense. You try to force it, in between coverage a lot of times, and you could tell it was great defense. Nice job getting a hand in the air, getting it on the football, and making sure that receiver can't make a play.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. The number 1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Rebels offense is back on the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you...
Snags it and he's open. He'll get a fresh set of downs stopped at the 31-yard line.
A lot of smiles right now in this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
The Rebels are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking downfield, it's Chambliss. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. They bring the punter onto the field now. They'll look to pin him deep. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. Here comes the Georgia offense, ready to go on the attack. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. Sells the run, wants to pass. Got it. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. They'll send the tight end in motion. Throws it off the RPO. Runs through a man, and he might have some space. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turn. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Left side is Humphries. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. The Bulldogs, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. On play action. Bought a little time, lets it go. Trying to bull his way in. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Georgia heads to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll run with Nate Frazier. All over him immediately.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
They go right back to their man on 2nd and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing a 3rd down and goal.
They'll try to run it with Frazier. He'll be stopped short, could not drive his way into the end zone, and now they're faced with 4th and goal.
Decision time right here. I like going for it. You're playing on the road. You have an opportunity to take the crowd out of it a little bit here. Why not just line up quickly and just try to run the ball?
And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Dogs!
We've seen this guy do it time and time again throughout his college football career. On critical down and distances, he shows up for his offense. He did right there on 4th and goal.
And he makes the extra point. So a drive there of 85 yards. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for room. It's Lacey. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Back to pass, it's Chambliss. Moving out to the right. Couldn't find any more room up the sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 36.
And that is such a gut punch for this defense because you're trailing in the game. You're trying to get off the field. You think you got the quarterback in the backfield for a sack, and he's able to escape scramble and go pick up the first down. That is a killer. If you're the defensive coordinator, you've now got to find more ways to get pressure on this guy and get him on the ground.
Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, you could tell the defense knew exactly what they were doing. They were dialed in, took away the primary target, and then it's on you as an offense. Now I got to adjust. I got to do something different to what they're doing.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. The Rebels line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Not a lot of room to make this catch. No room to bring it back. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play. Second and long here. The snap sets up to throw. Fires to the middle. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. You get field position like this, and you're not likely to punt the way they did the last time they had the ball.
Yeah, great job by the defense, setting them up in an opportunity to get some points on the board quickly.
This is an opportunity you've got to capitalize on this field position. You must come away with points here if you're on offense.
They give it to him again. Runs through a tackle. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Offense bringing in the big boys, heavy personnel. Trying to run, it's Frazier. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. Always impressive to grind through in the late season and get a solid victory, and now it just keeps rolling as we turn our attention to what's in store for next week. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. On the ground, it's Lacey. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Right back to it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Rebels. They add on another score, and now that record oh so close to going to 8-1 on the season. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. Holds on, it's Taylor. That's his first catch of the season, and they believe he is a freshman who can contribute a lot early. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Off-play action. He finds a dead spot in the middle. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. Wants to throw one first. Throwing right. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
That's the story today in this game. The coverage defensively has been so good. They seem to always be in the back pocket of these intended targets, and they swat another pass away incomplete.
Just keeps slinging it. This time he's got it. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
Pushes ahead. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40. This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. Wide receiver comes in motion. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
Second down, going to throw it. He's got him this time.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Out wide left, it's Taylor. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. The Dogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. He finds a soft spot in the middle. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10. And the Dogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Drops back on first down. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. The handoff. Breaks into the open. That's the 50. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Rebels. Once he got some room, it was over. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
Lining up for the PAT. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Here on the Georgia sideline, this defense has been the star of the show today. The offense has had their back against the wall, and now is the moment they've got to come alive. They are trailing in this game, and I can see them talking to each other before they take the field for this drive. Now is their moment. They feel it, and they're trying to get each other hyped up and ready to go for this possession. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Fires to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. Quick give. It's Bowens. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Wide receiver going in motion. On the direct snap, it's Lacey. Oh, he's got some space. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground.
The defensive line just is not physical enough against the run. Too many guys getting pushed around, too many guys not playing with great gap integrity, and the linebackers aren't able to fill. That's been a problem when trying to stop this running game.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Buying a little time to his left. Left side is Gill. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. And the Rebels in the hurry-up.
I'll tell you, you got to be careful if you're the defense right now because you're behind. I know you want to be aggressive. You might want to start blitzing, getting a lot of guys close to the line of scrimmage, but this offense is going to take opportunities when they have one-on-ones, and they just did right there.
Now the connection takes it to the 11. And the Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. Moving the pocket, it's Chambliss. Stepping to the right. And he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Rebels. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. And it's blocked. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. Makes a man miss. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Tight end now in motion. Grab behind the line. It's Taylor. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
Screen pass just not working there. You figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line. Now we get a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Looking for room. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. The give and tick, 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 tick. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
And he stopped right there, no gain on the play. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Keeps it looking for the edge. There he goes. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42. They've got it. 1st and 10 at the 42. Motion from the back. Trying to get the edge. It's Lacey. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle. And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense, still trying to make big plays, and they've had a great day so far.
And that's a big reason why this offense is so dangerous. If they get the lead, because of this guy's scrambling ability, they can just close the door, put that foot on your throat, and not take it off. Nobody was open that time. It looked like he was going to get sacked, and he just very nonchalantly was able to buy himself some time, He gets outside, uses his speed, picks up the first down. The offense stays on the field. They've already got the lead, and now they're just bleeding this clock away.
The Rebels go back to work after moving the chains through the air. They'll move the tight end. Making the adjustment. Going to the run. It's Lacey. Got enough space. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive. Just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run. They're loading the box. Still, this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget.
Taken down.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much, they need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back. The next opportunity, the next moment, because today, oof, it was not a good day.
Finds his big tight end. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Guys, I think we all expected this game to be close. A couple of teams of this caliber, but boy, what a statement by the underdog in this one.
And there's going to be a big movement in the rankings after that performance. That team that got the win today, they are going to get moved ahead of their opponent. It's one thing to beat a ranked opponent, David. It's one thing to blow the doors off of them. That was impressive.
It's impressive. It's huge for them. Obviously, we know what's going to happen when they're going to move up the charts, but the other side is equally as depressing. I mean, they're going to fall like a rock. This wasn't even a competitive game. This is a bad day, and the rankings will reflect it when they come out.
That's going to do